Hello, Naomi. As you know, I'm the Mass Analyst. Now, I really don't want to make this video about you. It's not giving me any pleasure to criticize you or to skewer you. Yeah, I enjoy skewering scoundrels when it comes to DMCA abuse, but I always saw you as one of the good guys, or gals as the case may be. I expect jerks like Red Skull or Venom Fang X to abuse the DMCA to suppress their critics from shedding light on what they do. I did not expect you to abuse the DMCA and use it as a tool to suppress free speech. However, like it or not, here we are. You DMCA'd a video by the Amazing Muslim that made fair use of clips from your video, so now I'm going to have to try to convince you that what you did was wrong. I hope that after watching this video, you will agree that what you did was improper and that you will withdraw the DMCA complaint. Correct me if I'm wrong, Naomi, but as I recall, your video that the Amazing Muslim copied from had a message at the end of it. And that message stated that no one may copy from your video unless they got your permission first. If I'm correct in my recollection, then it means that you hold fair use in contempt. That means that you think that people shouldn't be able to make fair use of your video clips. That's what fair use is all about, after all. If people had your permission to use clips from your video, then there wouldn't be any need for fair use. There wouldn't need to resort to the fair use doctrine if they had your permission. So let me outline what I want to do in the rest of this video. First, I want to explain why fair use is important. Next, I want to briefly mention how the DMCA guts fair use and makes a mockery of the spirit of copyright law. The only way you were able to censor the Amazing Muslim's video was to exploit the mockery of the First Amendment, that is the DMCA. Then I will do a quick analysis to demonstrate that the Amazing Muslim's use of your clips fell within fair use. And finally, I want to issue you a challenge. Now please, don't think for 1 second that any of this is an endorsement of the Amazing Muslim's point of view. It most certainly is not. Though I can understand why he's taking the position that he does, my point of view is a lot closer to yours than to his. That's why this video would be a lot more fun for me to make if I were chastising him for falsely DMCAing your video than it is for me to chastise you for DMCAing his. Now, why is fair use so important? Why must we be able to borrow from other people's videos without having to ask permission? Well, just ask Thunderfoot why he should be able to borrow from Venom Fang X's video in order to expose his weaknesses in his arguments to mock him for his stupidity. Ask Extant Dodo why he needs fair use in order to expose the quack scientific claims that tax-evading jailbird Ken Hovind put in his videos. You have to be able to quote other people accurately so that you can't be accused of distorting what they said by putting words in their mouths. And as I mentioned in my last video to Mel's basket case, suppose 6 months ago I wanted to make a video using the writings of Bernie Madoff to expose him as a fraud, to show that he could not possibly be making the gains that he was claiming to make by trading securities. Should I have had to ask Bernie for permission to use his words to expose him? Do you honestly think he would have given me that permission? Or let me give you another example where the very integrity of our democratic system balanced on fair use. Diebold used to be one of the leading manufacturers of voting machines in the United States, but there was a problem with their electronic voting machines. There were bugs in the software that could enable scoundrels to manipulate the results, and the people who worked for the company knew this well. In fact, they discussed the possible ramifications in internal email. Somehow, some of that email archive was posted on the internet, and the folks at Diebold tried to suppress this information through the use of the DMCA. Fortunately, a number of people fought back and risked being sued for reposting this vital information. The courts eventually slapped Diebold for being the bastards that they were in abusing the DMCA. Now that's the Reader's Digest version, but this is such an important example of the necessity of fair use that I made an entire video about it. I'll post a link in the sidebar to this video, and I encourage you to watch it or visit my website to see more details about it. So Naomi, fair use is absolutely essential for the functioning of our democratic system. Do you really think that Diebold would have given someone permission if they had asked, "Excuse me, please, may I post your email showing that you make defective products that would allow an unscrupulous SOB to steal an election? Of course they wouldn't have given permission. And the fact that they abused the DMCA to try and get this information buried is proof of that. Now this is going to be a long video, so I'm going to chop it up into 4 short parts, and I'm hoping that you'll tune in to parts 2, 3, and 4. Thank you.